Hello everyone, my name is Kayla Post, and today I'm going to be presenting my visual activity schedule strategy that will be used in a visual arts classroom. I'm using the visual activity schedule to address deficits in adaptability in a 6th grade student named Spencer with autism spectrum disorder to increase his ability to adjust to new routines in the art classroom while working on a clay project. Spencer has great difficulty with transitions and adapting to new routines in the art classroom. He often requires substantial prompting from his teachers, which adversely affects his ability to succeed in the classroom since he often begins his work later than his other classmates. The lesson that I will be teaching is a clay art project where 5th and 6th grade students will be creating coral reef plant life. The students will be spending 2 weeks sketching, researching, and then creating their coral reef plant life. To address Spencer's deficits in adaptability and difficulty with transitions, I have created a visual activity schedule with captions and images that are held in a binder. And there are 4 transitions and images in total. Before I implement the strategy, I will assess Spencer's ability to independently transition in the classroom. So I will be assessing his progress during 1 week of class using a log somewhat like this. And so I have all of the transitions listed, and these are pretty general, so they can be used during this period of time before they begin the clay project and also during the time that they work on the clay project. Using this log, I will be able to see what transitions are harder or easier for Spencer. Secondly, I will create the visual activity schedule with images and captions. Ideally, I would take photographs of Spencer completing these different transitions, but for the sake of this example, I have created drawn images with captions. And so I have the 4 different transitions that are specific to the clay art project. So first he will set his backpack down and gather his materials when he enters class. Then he will begin working on his clay project. You can see all the different materials that he has. And then he will clean up his workspace and return the materials to the bin. And then lastly, he will take his backpack and exit the classroom. Next, I will be implementing the strategy during the 2 weeks where the students are creating their clay art project. And I will be using this sheet to log his transitions, whether they were independent or dependent and needing more assistance. Now, I may also add some additional notes to this paper, especially if I were to be using this on the computer, but if I was using a physical copy, I may just add additional notes to the back sheet of this paper as needed. After those 2 weeks have wrapped, I will assess how Spencer did overall using the visual activity schedule. So I will check to see if Spencer improved using this log sheet, and I can see what transitions were difficult for him to do, which ones were easier, or if he improved overall, and if this was actually successful. From this information, I may adapt or change the strategy. One way I may do this is adjust the images that I'm using to be more specific or make the captions even more descriptive so Spencer knows exactly what he's doing during those transitions. Another way I could adjust this is to place these images in a central part of the classroom instead of being held in the binder. Using this strategy, hopefully my student Spencer will improve and become more independent during the transitions in the classroom. If this strategy proves to be successful, I may continue to use this in future art projects with him. Thank you for listening to my presentation of the visual activity schedule to be used in an arts classroom with a student with autism.